everybody, I'm Brant, and today I'm going to be looking at my Ashthorpe acoustic electric guitar. It's a model C85. I bought this on Amazon for, I'd have to look, but it was around $90, under 100 I think, or right around 100. I've had this guitar for a while. I haven't done any modifications to it, mostly because it's electric acoustic. Aside from put these little fret, I guess you'd call them stickers. This from this company in Germany called Fret Look. I guess they're like little, kind of like little water slide stickers. No water involved though. But they've been on there for about a year or so, and they're still on there pretty good. I really haven't taken the strings off this guitar in a while and changed anything on the guitar recently. But today I think I'm going to attempt, for my first time, lowering the action by sanding down the saddle a little bit. I measured the action at the 12th fret, and my low E string is about, just almost 5 millimeters from the fret, and my high E string is about the same, 4.7, somewhere in there, which is really high. So I'm going to take some material off the bridge saddle. And from what I've read online, because of the angle and everything, that most people are saying that I should double the amount that I want to remove. So if I want to get it down to 2.5 millimeters action-wise, then I should be removing, if I subtract that from 5 or 4.7, I'm going to say 4.7 just to be safe, safer than 5, that I should get it down. So that would be 2.2, so I should lower it 4.4 millimeters, which seems like a lot, although my action is really high. So I might just start out with 4 millimeters. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen the strings, see if I can keep them. If not, I might just end up getting rid of them and oil up the fretboard a little bit, clean up the guitar, and just change the strings out. But I'll see. I'm going to loosen the strings, get the saddle out of there, measure 4 millimeters. Maybe I'll start at 3.5. Maybe I'll start at 3.5 and go from there. I'm a little worried about taking off too much material, and I'd rather have higher action than too low of action where everything's buzzing. So yeah, maybe I'll take off 3.5 to start, and then we can see if that's enough or not. For me, again, this is my first time doing it. I'd really like to not screw up this guitar. But because it's my first time, I'm going to give myself a little leeway to make some mistakes. Should I play the guitar as is? Sure, why not? This was actually, I bought this guitar as I have another electric acoustic that I really like, but it's got a slight problem with it. And I was traveling to England and I didn't want to take it, so I bought this as a backup guitar that I could take overseas with me, and if anything happened to it on the flight or anything like that, then so be it. But so far it's in good shape. So got pretty good. And even here at like the 7th fret, there's a lot of distance in between the string. and the fingerboard. I could definitely tell from playing electric so often recently. I used to play this almost exclusively, but I can really tell a difference now. I try to play something like some old Stooges. I Want to Be Your Dog. That's the name of this song. You have to start way up here at the 10th fret with a bar chord. And the action's so high that the high E string, which I'm not pressing down, is almost to the top of my finger on the A string, where I am pressing down. Be really easy to slide my finger underneath the E string. So yeah, let me get this, get the strings loosened, see if I can get the saddle out of there, and then we'll sand it down some, measure it off. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make a mark, say 3.5 millimeters from the bottom up, once I get it out on both sides, and then using a straight edge, just draw a little line across it with a pencil. And then the idea is that I'm going to sand it down. I got this, just a variety pack of general purpose sanding sheets with 60 to 100 to 150 to 220 grit. I saw something online that one guy was using 100 grit to get it down, and then when he started getting close, he started using 200 grit. So I figured this is probably good enough for what I need. We'll see. I also got some respirator masks. Don't want to be inhaling any of this, what I assume is plastic and not bone. Either way, don't want any of that in my lungs. Anyway, so let me get set up and reposition the camera so you get a little closer look at what I'm doing, and we'll get started. Alright, so first we're going to loosen the strings. You may be wondering about the Christmas tree over here. This is not part of my set decoration or anything. Being that we just had Thanksgiving. I was actually, we were actually setting up the Christmas tree in the house. Well, we have a new cat, Cooper, who we've had for about, since July, so 5 months or so. And he is a sheltered cat. Was abandoned by his mother. He's a good cat, really friendly, loving. Isn't too comfortable hanging out with you for too long, but he will hang out with you. Alright, get these out. I'm hoping I can maybe preserve these strings. Let's set these to the side. We put the Christmas tree out. We weren't sure what he was going to do with it. I got some more. And he didn't try to climb it or anything. Which is great. But he did try to eat it. So my wife is out right now seeing if she can find something else for him to chew on, or some spray, or I don't know, something that we can actually put the Christmas tree up and not have to worry about him, because it's not a real tree. Right, there it is. There it is. Let's see, maybe I could clean that up a little bit. So we don't want our cat eating any of the fake plastic tree. For somebody who lives in the Pacific Northwest, you'd think that we'd have a real tree, since they're everywhere around here. But we don't. Just found it gets too expensive every year to keep buying a new real tree. They're great, smell fantastic. Yeah, I worry about watering it, because it's better for the planet than having a plastic tree, but what are you gonna do? I can't solve all the world problems. I try. Not really, but I try. I'm taking a page from Ted here, just rambling on while I work. See if anybody finds that more interesting or less interesting, probably. All right, got a little bit of the, well, maybe not, gunk off here. If you don't know the Ted I'm talking about, you should. If you're watching me, you should go watch him. Ted Talks Guitars and Life. One of my more favorite YouTube channels to watch. It's about guitars. Right up there with Searching for Tone. Mr. Brian over at Searching for Tone, he does a great job. Well, if you want some higher production in your guitar videos, go watch that guy. Higher production for the size channel he has, for sure. For sure. He's super guy, is really about community. He's given me a lot of pointers and support. I really appreciate that. All right, let's measure this. We're not going to be super exact because I don't want to go. I want to use that. I think I might want to use this. I don't want to go too far. So we're going to do 3.5. Is that what I said? That seems like an awful lot. I feel like I'm taking off more than half the bridge. You know what? I'm not going to do that much. Even that seems crazy to me. So I am taking off. You know what? I am going to go do this a long way, because this is my first time doing anything like this. I am quite nervous about hurting my guitar. I'm just double checking everything that I can. Another thing that Another channel I really like to watch is J-Man. Seen J-Man. His channel name is like J-Man 1935 or something. 935, I can't remember exactly. I have it posted in my video description if you're interested in looking at him. He is a fun guy to watch. He is a fun guy to watch. And he's a super good player. Man, he can really, he says all the time, he's, compared to other people that live in, where he lives in Canada, Prince Edward Island, I think. Sorry if I got that wrong, Jay, man. I'm just going off memory, which these days is not so good. It's the price you pay for getting older, I guess. That does not seem to be marking very well. Well, I guess it's good enough. That seems like an awful lot to take off. I'm very nervous about this. Very nervous about this. All right, well, let's... I actually marked it only 2 millimeters. All right. Just wanted to clear all that off. I didn't get this stuff all over my mat. Let's see what we got. Can we get some 100? We got 60. 60, 60, 100. Let's start with 100. And then we'll go up to 220. I don't need this much. So just get cut off. Sheet a little bit. Mask on for safety. All right, here we go. Now, it's my understanding that you want to keep this as flat and as even as possible, just to not take off too much of one side or the other. Am I making any progress? Too early to tell. Really try not to put any weight on it. Just let the sandpaper do its work. Not trying to put any pressure on it or lean on it one way or the other. While I'm doing this, if you could hear me through this mask, I just wanted to talk a little bit about my experience in the YouTube guitar community, which has been extremely positive. Been having a lot of really good interactions with frequenters of the guitar channels, forums, chats. But kind of diving into the YouTube guitar community has been a really, really positive experience. It's really, for the most part, a great group of people. For the most part, pretty much everybody I've encountered has been super welcoming and positive and friendly and helpful. Which frankly you don't see very much anymore, especially online. I was real hesitant to get too involved in the online community because I have a history of being online and gaming and stuff like that.
can get pretty nasty at times. Kind of a negative experience for the most part. Chiming in on a Reddit post or something, and chances are somebody's going to say something nasty. Not in the guitar community, at least from what I've seen. It's all been super friendly and supportive of each other. Helpful, like I said. Encouraging. It's nice to see. Need more of that in the world. I feel like this is going to take a long time. But I'm taking something off based on the sandpaper. Still waste. So I'm removing very little compared to what I was going to remove. I was going to remove about almost twice as much. I feel like I have a long way to go. It's really nice to see so many different community members, and for that matter, so many people that have their own channels. Basically, you know, in a sense, competition for each other, but they don't. So far, I haven't seen anybody who sees it that way. I feel like I might be taking off more of this side than this side. So I'm gonna turn it around here and see if I may be inadvertently putting pressure with this finger. So I'll switch the sides up and see if that makes a difference. And I'm almost getting to the line. But doing this kind of thing has been a lot of fun. Something I really enjoy doing. I like working with my hands. See, Ted? Talking and working at the same time is not easy. You do it seamlessly, man. I take comfort in talking to you even though you're not here. You're in my head though, for sure. Especially doing this kind of stuff. What would Ted do? What would J-Man do? Brian, I don't think I've ever seen you do something like this. I think you should film, Brian, I think you should film more of your... You've done some modifications, but I'd like to see you doing some soldering or polishing the frets, that kind of stuff. What's your process? What kind of tools do you have? Inquiring minds want to know. Flip it around again. I feel like I'm going too far on the other side, because I've almost gone through the line and I'm just kind of starting a line over here. So flip it. I have a feeling I'm doing this way too fast and way too haphazardly. I'm gonna switch. So that was the 100. We're gonna switch to 220. Haha, maybe not. That seems a little too. Let's go to 150. Yeah, that seems a little. Oh, I have somebody I didn't mention. That's actually helping me out a lot. It's Jayce Allan. Got a guitar channel, does a really good job. You should know who he is if you're watching me. I think I'm going to call that good, guys. I don't see any more of my line. Got the guitar back in place. Let's see what happens. Wow, that seems low. That seems low. Well, let's see. Did I do this right? In case I haven't said it yet, I know I have. I have not done this before. So apologies if you're screaming at me, going, no, don't do that. I don't know any better. I tried to do my research before I start something like this. Problem is, especially looking online, there's so many different schools of thought. Well, maybe not so many different ones, but everybody's got an opinion. And some of them different, so then you start wondering, well, what's the right one? Maybe there's multiple right ones. In which case, I guess, what's the right one for me? All right, let's see if I can get these back on without mangling them. See, Ted, I totally forgot to keep talking. I just started working. Sounds. Nobody likes that. Well, maybe in my case they do. Does it look better? Good question. Is this millimeters? It still looks really high. Yeah. It is lower. But I don't think low enough. So last time I said that the high E string, sorry, the low E string here, when I'm playing a bar chord up on the 7th fret, was almost to the top of my finger. Now it's about halfway. So I do see an improvement in the action. Do I think it's enough? No, I don't. I don't. So, do some more. Do some more. That's what we're here for. I feel like I've done a job, but I haven't done it correctly. Maybe better. It's not where I want it. So, at the risk of hurting something, I'm gonna keep trying. As if I was only gonna do it if I felt comfortable doing it. I wouldn't have done any of it in the first place. Do you have any ideas what you do differently than what I'm doing? Different kind of sandpaper, different philosophy in life. Share it. Speak your truth, man. I don't necessarily want everybody to agree with me. I respect a different opinion. That's how we learn stuff. Different perspectives give us different insights to ourselves, the way we do things. Help us improve. This is the thing about a lot of negativity that I used to see online. I'm not seeing it now where I am. That's really fraying. It's nice to have some positive conversation. It doesn't have to be in agreement. Just because somebody disagrees with you doesn't mean that they're not positive. I just like it when people get along, that's all. I had enough drama in my life. Family, friends. Not friends. Life's too short for all that nonsense. It's a waste of time. I wish I could go back and, yeah, it is what it is. Well, I wish I could go back and cut out some of the drama in my life, some of the drama that I caused. It revolved around me. But we all have regrets. Key is, what do you do with that? You hold on to it? Or you incorporate it into, I didn't put my mask on. Yo! Not going to now. Too late now. It's okay, I think I'm about done with this. Boy, that went down to a little tiny piece of plastic now. There's my mask right there. I'm still not going to use it. Yeah. It's not very appropriate. It's just lazy. So I just want to smooth this out a little bit. I was noticing I was getting some frayed edges. I'm just very lightly trying to get it across there. That's better. That is better. Before I put the strings back on and test the saddle again, clean up the guitar a little bit. Hey, it was just Thanksgiving last couple days ago. Hope everybody had a good holiday with their family or loved ones. Whatever's important in your life, you're doing well. I want to be careful with the. I can save these stickers. I like the mountain inlays. Makes this guitar look more expensive than it is. I don't know. I don't mind owning cheap guitars. In fact, I'm proud. I can have some guitars that I can make sound good to me. And no, I didn't have to spend X number of dollars to get it there. Does it sound as good as a super expensive guitar? I don't know. How much better can a super expensive guitar sound? And even if it does sound better, is it worth the price difference? This is Tune It Every String Change by Music Nomad. Reduces friction and wear, eliminates ping sounds. You need a catchier name. Nut Lube is a catchy name. Yeah, that's a lot. Let's spread love. Spread it around. Definitely got too much on there. But well, I'd rather have too much than too little. In this case, that's what she said. Oh, Ted, I can't help but channel you. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. What's he doing to that guitar? He's ruining it. Somebody get his phone number. Call him. Make him stop. This is criminal. He's not even looking at the camera. Can you believe this guy? Oh, there goes the water heater. Boy, that looks super tiny compared to what it was before. Super tiny. That makes me nervous. It makes me nervous that I've done too much. Well, let's see what the action is like now. Oh, I can already tell at this angle how much better it is. I can already tell. However, the break angle there, it's pretty flat. I'm gonna have to hammer down this. Better, much better. Much better. And this is the point where you start asking yourself, why didn't I do that ages ago? I don't remember how much I ended up taking off, maybe 3 millimeters? But I am well under 5 now on the high E. or 4.7, I think is what I was originally at. And I am right around 3, I think. It's hard to tell. I think I'm at 3 on both sides. And I think I'm going to stop there. It looks a lot better though, as far as action goes. It's definitely way better than what it was. The Fritz sticker's coming up there. Feels a lot better to play up here, that's for sure. I used to practice the beginning of Sweet Child of Mine all the time on this guitar. It was very, very difficult to play. Still very difficult for me to play, obviously. No, but it feels way different, way different. Anyway, done. So if you've got a saddle on your acoustic guitar, your action's too high, you want to do something about it, you can look at doing something like this. Now the only thing I have left to do as far as guitar modifications that I haven't done before is file the nut. But I'm going to wait on that till I get some actual nice proper nut files. I could get some cheap things, but I'd rather have something a little better quality. Buy tools once. That's my philosophy if I can. But yeah, I think that turned out pretty nice there. An improvement for sure on this guitar. Could I go lower? I wish I could. I don't know that I should. I don't know that I should. My consolation is on this Fritz ruler here for string action. That's the acoustic at this level. And on the 12th fret, my low E string is right in the middle and my high E string is on the lower end of that line. Does this mean it should be below that line? I don't know, but I'm right in that range anyway. So I feel good about that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope that was somewhat informative. If not, like I said, this was my first time doing it. So if I can try and tackle something like this, there's no reason you couldn't. No reason at all. You just got to get out there and do it. May not be your cup of tea. I understand that. But if it's something you really want to accomplish, you don't necessarily have to pay somebody else to do it. Especially if that's what's holding you back. I think the sandpaper cost me all of that big pack, $10, and the mask like another $5. So, well worth it. And if you have any experience doing this kind of thing, or anything to share about what you think I did wrong, what you think I did right, what your experience is in working in guitars in general, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear about it. And get as much information as I can and share with the community. Enlighten us with your wisdom if you have some. Because I think there might be a lack of it going on over here. Anyway, like and subscribe if you would. I'd really appreciate it. It helps out the channel. And yeah, until next time, guys, take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful evening, night, morning, or afternoon, whatever the case may be. Cheers.